Nothing like starting radical equations with a little Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the belly. Anyway, solving radical equations. This is essential skills number 3. There's going to be there's a whole bunch of these. If you want these, I suggest you go to www.nkinfinity.com. N stands for Newman, K stands for Krause, and infinite T stands for the amount of homework she and I give together. Go over here, pretend like you're a New York State teacher, hit on Algebra 2 review. And what I've got here for you, first of all, if you haven't downloaded these flashcards, look kids, first of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's going to be tons more review coming. And if you're watching my videos and you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channels, you're not doing me a favor. Okay, I know y'all hate the commercials, and I try to limit those as much as possible, but it is the way I kind of make a little bit of money so I can afford my studio, and I can afford, because I'm going to need a new computer soon, or I'm going to need to update my computer soon, even though I just updated it last year. As new technology comes by, I want to be able to do more things. So the better commercials I get, the better I can make a little bit more money. Trust me, I'm making about 15 cents an hour, so I ain't getting rich on this. But it helps me out, so if I'm helping you out, help me out by just hitting the subscribe button. If you're not logged into your Google account, hit the subscribe button. You help me out. There's going to be tons more review. Right now, we're scheduled to do 18 different topics. Plus, I'm going to do a couple extras with one of these. And all of these are coming up. I just finished the first 2. We're working on radical equations now. If you want the document is free. It's right there. It's yours. Take it, print it, do whatever you want to it. Tell your friends about it. Here, I've got 28 spiral reviews where you have questions. You can print these. You got the answer keys. You can check your work. If you don't like that, click on the video solutions and figure out how to do the problems. I am going to put a link so that you can download these all at one shot and maybe just pick and choose what you want to do. So you got practice exams. If you want the real Regents exams, come over here, click on real Regents exams. All right, do me a favor. I'd like you to promote my site for me, okay? If you're looking for Algebra 2, they're down here at the bottom. There's only 3. We've only got 3. So that's why Miss Newman and I put 5 extra exams. Here they are. Click on those. There's 5 extra exams. Do me a favor. Promote my site. Promote my YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. Help me out. Let's get going, though. All right, let's talk about radical equations. So solving radical equations is quite simple. I'm going to I hate saying steps. It's just normal stuff, and you're going to hear me say some of the same things over and over again when we solve these. The first thing Miss Newman and I are adamant about is getting this weird thing alone. We call it the weird thing because if you call it the weird thing, then it works for almost every equation, whether it's exponential, logarithmic, or radical. You get the weird thing by itself. Once you do that, you what we like to call, and I should put undo. Undo. How do you undo a radical? By squaring it. You do its inverse operation. But I want you to think about it as, okay, get the weird thing alone. Undo the weird thing. Solve for x. Radicals must be checked. Must be checked. So let's just go through a couple of examples. You'll see it's pretty simple. Let's get the weird thing alone. You cannot touch this until this thing, which is the weird thing right here, is all by itself. So the first thing you're going to do is subtract that 2, subtract that 2. So now the weird thing is by itself. Set it equal to 3. Square both sides, because that is undoing, or the reciprocal, or excuse me, the inverse operation of a radical is a square. So square both sides. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Square both sides. So I get 2x minus 1 equals 9. Bring the 1 over, I get 2x equals 10. Divide by 2, and I get x equals 5. Now, that doesn't guarantee 5 is an answer. You still must check it. And the easiest way to check it is to simply type this into your calculator. Stow 5 into x. And I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. Do not use this equals button right here. Do not use it, do not use it, do not use it, do not use it. Most of the time it works, but there is a small chance it won't work and you will get the wrong answer. Do not use that equals button. It is deadly when the answer turns out to be negative 0.000000001, that's just zero. That's a rounding error by the calculator, but it will tell you it doesn't work. So don't use that. So I'll tell you why. Because you are smarter than the calculator. 2x minus 1 plus 2. Boom. Does it equal 5? Does it equal 5? It equals 5. There it is. The answer is 5. See 5? 5, there's 5 there, and there's 5 there. It just so happens 5 was the answer to this one. That doesn't happen very often. Let's talk about a slightly more complicated question. The weird thing's all by itself already. So we're going to square both sides. Now don't be that nincompoop that goes, oh, this is x squared plus 9. It is not x squared plus 9. It is x plus 3 times x plus 3. Don't be that kid. So on the left side, the radical and the square cancel each other out. We end up with 3x plus 7. On the right side, we're going to double distribute x squared plus 6x plus 9. Right? 3x and 3x make 6x. And now what are we going to do? We're going to solve for, we have a quadratic that we're going to solve for. So these two things need to come over to that side. So 0 equals x squared plus 3x, right? We subtracted 3x, subtract 2, plus 2. Factor it, x plus 1, x plus 3. So I get two answers, x equals negative 1, and x equals negative 3. Now, if you're so freaking lazy that you can't check these, shame on you. Because there's generally on the Regents exam, there's probably about a 75, 90% chance, whatever, that one of these won't work. So check this out. Very simple. Negative 1, control var x. Press enter. Now we type in the left side, 3x, the square root of 3x plus 7. Do not use the equal sign. You get 2. The right side says x plus 3. You get 2. Does 2 equal 2? Can your brain tell you that 2 equals 2? Yes, it does. Now let's try negative 3. Negative 3, control var x. Now, don't retype those lines. That's a pain in the neck. Just go up there, hit enter. Oh, got a negative answer. If I plugged in that, I get 0. But when I plug in the other one, oh, wait. Well, hold on a second. You got to actually factor the thing correctly. See, I just found a mistake. That should be a 2. That should be plus 2, not plus 3. That was dumb. So that's finding a dumb mistake. I didn't find a dumb mistake. So let's go negative 2. So we should stow negative 2, control var x. I apologize about that. That was not done on purpose. So now I'll put in this left side. Enter, enter. I get 1. Now put in the right side. 1 equals 1. They both work. Show your professionalism by showing this is negative 2 and negative 1 are your solutions. They both, in fact, work there. Hope we get one that doesn't work. Whoa. We haven't seen one of these in a while. So how am I going to do this one? So kind of the same thing, but you're going to have to do it twice. Get one of the weird things by itself, double distribute, then get the other weird thing by itself. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to double distribute. We're going to square both sides. So on the left side, I get x plus 4 equals, now remember, this is times itself. So I get 9 minus 3, and minus 3 square roots of x is minus 6 square roots of x. And then minus square root of x times minus square root of x is positive x, because the square root of x times the square root of x is just x. Now notice when I'm done with that first step, at first I had 2 weird things. Now I only have 1 weird thing. Now we go through that same process again. Get the weird thing alone again. So let's see what we're going to do. Let's clean this up. I'm going to subtract x. Subtract x, that's weird. Those go away. That gives me just nothing. Subtract 9. Subtract 9. I get negative 5 equals negative 6 square roots of x. Divide by negative 6. Divide by negative 6. And I get x, the square root of x is equal to 5 over 6. Now, square both sides. And I get x equals 25 over 36. That can't possibly be right. Let's check it out. 25 divided by 36, control var x. Type in the left side, which is the square root of x plus 4, equals that weird answer. And then I do the right side, which is just 3 minus the square root of x. Now, did I do the right side? Oh, I somehow deleted the right side. So let me do the right side again. I think they're the same, but I lost it. Square root of x plus 4. Ah, they're both 13 over 6. Yeah, it is. There it is. That's the right answer. Yeah, it's weird, but there it is. Now, make it look professional. 25 over 36. Be confident in your answer, or you checked it, so star it. All right, let's do some more. Some mores. I feel like this is the one. Oh, so I sort of started with one of these. I'm going to add 5 to both sides, get the weird thing alone. 3 plus x equals 3. Square both sides. And I get 3 plus x equals 9, or x equals 3. If you check this answer, it will work. So I'm just going to say for now that one's going to work. I'll check one that doesn't work in a minute. I know there's going to be one. Let's square both sides. Now, this is a little tricky. This one just gives me x squared plus 21, but this one gives me 4x squared, because remember, it's 2x times 2x, which is 4x squared. Everything goes to the right. 0 is equal to 3x squared minus 21. I can take out a 3, so I get 3x squared minus 7. That's weird. I'm going to set this equal to 0. I get x squared minus 7 equals 0. X is equal to 7. X squared is equal to 7. Take the square root of both sides, and I get x equals plus or minus the square root of 7. I have a hard time believing that's right, so I'm definitely checking that one. The square root of 7, control var x, enter. Type in the left side. Let me get my paper out. The left side is x squared plus 21, square root of x squared plus 21. Enter. Oops, control enter. Your calculator popped that up. And now I'm going to do the right side, which is 2 square roots. Nope, just 2x. 2x. And they both turn out to be the same number. There it is, plus or minus. Now, if you try the negative will work. Whoa, I don't know if the negative will work. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got to back up the crazy train. Let's try the negative. We definitely need to try the negative. Don't just assume the negative's going to work. Let's try it. Control var x. Press enter. There's the left side. I'm going to put a decimal point here because that will pop out as a decimal. And then I'll put a decimal point on this 2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Negative didn't work. Negative did not work. The only answer to this one is the square root of 7, not the negative square root of 7, the positive square root of 7. All right, weird things all by itself. So we're going to square both sides. So I get x squared minus 2x plus 1. Remember, it's not just squaring both those things, is equal to 2x plus 13. So I get, bring that over, I get x squared minus 4x minus 12 equals 0. This is x minus 6, x plus 2. So my two answers are x equals 6 and x equals negative 2. I'm pretty sure the 6 works. The 6 definitely works, but I don't think the negative 2 works. So let me see what happens with a negative 2. Negative 2, control var x, press enter. And the right side is x minus 1. The left side is x minus 1. That's negative 3. And the right side is the, you should automatically go, wait a second, how is that going to be negative? It's under a radical. And it doesn't work. So the only answer is, this one does not work. So the only answer is, in nice curly brackets, 6. All right, the weird thing's already by itself. So we'll square both sides. So this gives me x squared, squared this side 2, plus 7 equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now, this is interesting. The x squareds are actually going to cancel, because if I subtract 1 and bring it over. So now I'm going to bring this over to here by subtracting 1, so I get 6 equals 2x, or x equals 3. And that actually works, so I'm not going to bother checking it. Alrighty, this one looks like fun. So anyway, so what we got two radicals. This one actually turns out to be quite interesting, I believe. So what we're going to do is, we've got one of the radicals isolated, so we'll square both sides. So we get 3x equals, now this we're going to have to write twice, 3 plus the square root of x minus 3. So this becomes 9 plus 6 square roots of x minus 3, and that's the interesting part right there, plus x minus 3. Let's clean up that side. So I get 3x equals 6 plus 6 square roots of x minus 3 plus x. So I'll subtract the 6 over, subtract the x over. So I get 2x minus 6 equals 6 square roots of x minus 3. You still have to isolate the weird thing. So we're going to get that weird thing alone. So I'll divide by 6. Divide by 6. So I get 1/3 x minus 1, right? Because I'm just going to divide each of those by 6, equals the square root of x minus 3. Now we got to square both sides. So now things are going to get a little bit crazy. Cray-cray. So remember, this means write it twice. 1/3 x minus 1. Double distribute. So you get 1/9 x squared minus 2/3 x plus 1 equals x minus 3. Now, because of this 1/9 and this 2/3, which is an absolute royal pain in the neck, I'm going to take and multiply both sides by the lowest common denominator, which in this case is 9. And I'm going to distribute to all of these, and I'm going to distribute to this, because whatever you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So this gives me x squared minus 18 over 3 is 6x plus 9 equals 9x minus 27. Bring everything to one side. I get x squared minus 15x plus 36 equals 0. Subtract 20 or add 27 to both sides. Factoring's not too bad here. I get x minus 3, x minus 12. So my two answers are 3 and x equals 12. Now I'm going to check both those answers. I'm going to tell you both work, but I'm going to show you another way to solve this one if they don't ask you to do it algebraically. See, that's algebraically. But what if I just wanted to know actually what the answers were? I could come over here and graph them. I could graph the square root of 3x. And the other side is tab 3 plus the square root of x minus 3. Now it appears that they look like they hit twice here. Let me get these things out of the way. And I'll go menu, analyze graph, intersection, click, click. There's one, x equals 3. Menu, analyze graph, intersection, click, click, x equals 12. Those are your two values, 3 and 12. All right, let's get going. Last one. Isolate the weird thing. Well, we've got one of the weird things already isolated. So we'll square that, and we'll square that. Man, I haven't done one of these in a long time. So I'm going to write this one out because I'm really out of room. So this one, these two just make x plus 2. So plus 1x plus 2 plus 1x plus 2 is plus 2 square roots of x plus 2. Plus 1 equals 3 minus x. Now I got another weird thing. I got to get this weird thing alone. So I'm going to bring everything over. Now this is a 3. Oh, that's going to be nice. This is really x plus 3 plus 2 square roots of x plus 2 equals 3 minus x. And since I have a 3 on this side and a 3 on this side, I can cancel them. I'll subtract this x. So I end up with 2 square roots. This one turns out to be tons easier than that last one. Divide by 2, and I get the square root of x plus 2 equals negative 1. Holy crap. Square both sides. So I get x plus 2 equals 1, or x equals negative 1. That looks like that's the only answer. Let's check it. Negative 1. Control bar x. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe you found my mistake. Maybe I didn't make a mistake. The left side is complicated. It's the square root of x plus 1, x plus 2, plus 1. That's 2. And the right side is 3 minus x. The square root of 3 minus x. Hey, they both equal each other. 2 equals 2. There's my right answer. Make yourself look professional, kids. I didn't do that on the last problem. I should have. All right, there it is. That ends Essential Skills Day number 3. All right? Keep working hard, kids. Hit the subscribe button. Let your friends know about the review. These are all different topics that you have to be responsible for. I can only give you the review. Don't watch the Train Monkey. Try the problems on your own. Remember, they're at nkinfinity.com. All right, kids. Stay tough. Stay hard. Never mind. Just keep working hard.